Day by day, it seems like West Texas is slowly clawing its way out of the pandemic. But even with hospitalizations and new COVID cases decreasing and vaccinations increasing, there's still a long way to go. And nowhere is that more clear than when we look at our economy. Today, West Texas was host to a visitor they've seen annually for the past 25 years to talk about that very subject. Dr. Perryman stopped by Odessa to talk about the economic outlook for the basin. He studied economic trends across the Lone Star State for almost 40 years. His advice: don't be surprised if the basin is slow on recovery. We were hit harder than others.
What I can say is we were hit much harder than most places by the pandemic, because one of the things the pandemic hit the hardest was energy, and we're a part of that. So we have suffered more and have come back a little slower than some of the others. We're projecting growth rates here over the next 5 years that are well above the state and the nation. Literally growth in output of 6.6%. And a lot of that's because the energy is starting to catch up.
Dr. Perryman predicts that the Texas economy might have to spin its wheels for a few months while issues with supply chains get worked out. But what did the economy expert have to say about something that matters to West Texas a whole lot, the oil industry? He says the industry faces challenges from several other renewable energy sources, but that oil remains the most practical option for the future.
If renewables, as they're talking about, if renewables were to replace fossil fuels in the next 30 years, which they're talking about, okay, the rate of growth they would have to achieve, okay, if Texas achieved that same rate of growth in its population, it would be twice the population of the United States in 30 years.
Another hot topic when it comes to the oil industry in Texas: growing concerns over climate change from various sources. But Perryman says oil actually has the potential to lead the charge.
Washington has it completely wrong. And a lot of the things that are going on right now are moving us in some directions we don't need to go. Climate change, and we've studied the science in details, climate change is very real. Everything you hear about climate change is real. Everything you hear about the solution is not practical and not realistic. You can't get there without hydrocarbons. The oil and gas industry has to be a partner, not a problem in this solution. And Washington and Glasgow and everywhere else needs to realize that.
Dr. Perryman spoke at length about oil, gas, and the Texas economy at large today at the Odessa Marriott. It was an annual stop for the economist who has studied the economy of the Lone Star State for the past 38 years.